So here's how I would get ripped and massive as a hard gainer in 2025. If you feel like it's hard to gain muscle and size, stick around because I can't guarantee your results, but I can share what worked for me. Now, I want this to be as easy as possible, so we are going to assume you don't have access to a gym or don't have time to go. So we're gonna be doing this all from home, kind of like those work from home jobs that all the millennials are raving about. Now, the first problem of being a hard gainer is not eating enough calories. Now, here's the thing. Nobody knows how much calories we're actually burning. I know people have those Apple Watches, but nobody actually knows. It's difficult to track. So here's the thing. We're just gonna eat a lot. Even if you think you're eating enough, you're probably not. Here's the thing. If your body fat percentage starts to go up, well, just eat less. It's not a big deal. As a hard gainer, you can basically lose weight by doing nothing. It's kind of a superpower. So step one is to eat like a big boy. So go to the store, fill up your cupboard and your refrigerator with some protein-dense foods. Now, some of my absolute favorites are going to be eggs, string cheese, yogurt, peanut butter, which can go on sandwiches, crackers, or even straight out of the jar. Those tuna packets and salmon are also fantastic. And of course, any meat, so our chicken and our beef, vegetables, all of that stuff we want to be consuming. Now, incorporating a protein shake can also be a good idea, especially if you're finding it hard to eat this many meals, snacks, all that protein and calories. Now, the one caveat to that is I would only recommend a protein shake if it's calories that you would otherwise not be consuming. So for instance, I'm running around all day, I don't have time to make a meal or something like that. And if that's just a meal that I would normally skip, well, a protein shake can be a great way to still get some of that protein and calories, but I wouldn't use it as a crutch to, because I'm having a protein shake, I'm not gonna be consuming these other items. So shoot for 3 high protein meals per day and 2 snacks. And when I say high protein, what we wanna be doing is shooting for our body weight in pounds in grams of protein eaten per day. So for instance, I weigh about 175 pounds, at least before breakfast. And so I shoot for between 150 and 175 grams of protein per day. So a day for me might look like 3 or 4 fried eggs for breakfast, perhaps some yogurt on the side or some peanut butter toast. Then I might have a snack a couple hours later, like some string cheese. Now lunchtime rolls around, perhaps that I'm consuming some fine chili that I've made. The kind of chili where you make a whole pot and it lasts for a month. And then in the afternoon, guess what? It's another snack. Now this could be a tuna packet, or maybe it's your protein shake. And then for dinner, we're having some delectable chicken breast with roasted vegetables. So that's a rough outline of my diet, what I was eating when I saw the most results. This really helped me put on weight, both just size as well as muscle, and actually keep it on. Also, don't be afraid to eat whatever you want. You're a hard gainer, so if you want to have pizza, and Mexican food is one of my guilty pleasures, you're gonna be fine. Moving on to step 2, which is gonna be the workout plan. Now there's so much you can do at home with dumbbells, body weight exercises, even some fitness bands, but we're gonna keep this super simple because I wanna be able to have you knock this out every single day at home without thinking about it. And I think working out at home can get a bad reputation, but here's the thing, all we're doing is moving our muscle from point A to point B, and all we're looking for is the hypertrophy of the muscle. This can easily be done at home, we just have to be a little bit more creative about it. We can get the same results. Now, I did a 2-day split the entire time I worked out from home, and I can already see people in the comments typing how the bro split is the only way to do it, and you can fight me on this, but unless you've been eating all your protein from step 1, I wouldn't recommend it. And here's the other thing, you can't hurt me physically or emotionally in any way that the IRS hasn't already.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
This split is super simple. Day 1, we're gonna do upper body and abs. Day 2, we're gonna do lower body and abs. Abs are kind of a lazy muscle, so we're gonna work them every single day so that they can think about what they've done. So let's go through some of my favorite exercises that I love to do at home, and then I'll put up some cards at the end that will have the entire workout that you can do. So we're gonna start with a good old-fashioned push-up. Absolutely love these. I wanna get about a shoulder width spread for my hands here, and we're gonna go down nice and slow. And what I wanna mention is keep your arms out at about a 45-degree angle, just like this. You will get some shoulder pain, or at least I did, if you keep those arms too in, and we also don't want to go chicken wing too far out. So a nice 45-degree angle is all that you need. It'll look something like this. Just like that. Now, another variation of this, a second variation that I really like, it really helps get the outer side of the chest here, is just turning these hands out at a 90-degree angle. So I like incorporating one of these sets into my workout usually, and I'll just turn my hands sideways. And for this, we do want to get a slightly wider stance. So I'm going to go spread my hands out a little bit further, and same thing here. All the way down and back up. And if you try these, you're really gonna feel it in the side of your chest here. So the first ones we talked about are gonna get the inner part of your chest, really the whole muscle group. By turning our hands to the side, we're really gonna accentuate the side here, which is awesome. Moving on to our second exercise is gonna be curls. Now this can be done with a single dumbbell. If you have 2 dumbbells, that's fine. You'll get the workout done a little bit sooner and you can do both arms at the same time. If not, do one arm at a time and we'll just move over to the other arm. Now I'm using a 30-pound dumbbell. As you can see, this thing is well worn. And I found it to be a pretty good common ground where you can train your legs with a 30-pound and you can still do curls. So it's a pretty good middle weight if you wanna have one dumbbell to do your entire workout. If you start getting into this and you have a couple different sets, you may want to use a heavier one for legs and then a little bit of a lighter one for your arms. But for starting weight, I started off with a 30-pound and it worked great for me. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to do a simple curl here all the way up and back. And I usually shoot for between 15 to 20 of these if I can. I'll show you what the side looks like here. Then we'll just move it over to the other arm, just like so. And what I will find is you'll start off with really good form with something like this. With a heavier weight like a 30-pound, it's okay. When you get up there past 20 reps, and this happens for me still, you're gonna get to the point where you almost need to cheat it up a little bit. And I'll show you what that looks like. To me, it's okay, because what we wanna do is, for those last few reps, if it's getting difficult to have great form, cheat it up. So we're gonna do a little bounce, boom, and then we wanna have a controlled descent here. Boom, controlled descent. That's okay. We're gonna have good form as long as we can. And then to really get that hypertrophy, get that bicep burning, when it is really starting to wear out, we're just gonna go, cheat it up, let it down nice and slow, boom. Now, for those of you that are absolutely insane, you laugh in the face of death, you walk across Legos without a single wince. If you want to incorporate a workout band into this as well, so once you finish your dumbbells, grab a lighter weight fitness band. We're gonna go ahead and throw this on here and you can work out some almost like hammer curls here, just of the last few, and it will really get the biceps burning. You know, throw in 4, 5, 6 reps at the end of your set there, and it will really get that. Kind of takes that workout to the next level. Now, there are a lot of ways that you can train triceps. One of my favorites is just to grab a simple chair that you have around your house. And what we're gonna wanna do is our tricep extensions. We're gonna go down nice and slow here. And what I wanna point out to you is not to be like this. We don't wanna have any movement like this. We wanna keep our back nice and straight to the back of the chair here. As you can see here, we're gonna go all the way down and up nice and slow. And usually I can eke out about 12 to 15 of these. If you're a real stud, maybe you can hit 20 of these, because this is all just body weight. Now, if this becomes too easy for you, you can grab a little bit of weight or something to put in your lap here. So you can set that there. It doesn't need to be a lot of weight to really make this a little bit harder. You know, 15, 20 pounds will make this quite a bit more difficult, but this is what we're gonna do to get our triceps going. Now we're gonna target these lazy guys, your abs. And so you can do this right from home with just a simple sit-up. And so what we wanna do is be nice and controlled with this. We wanna focus on the contraction, okay? And what I like to do is really think about, kind of have that mind-muscle connection for these bottom abs. We wanna focus on those, because if you build those, you're gonna get the top ones just by default. And so really focus on that. Think about that contraction. If you wanna make this harder, you can grab, you know, your cat, your small dog, a book, whatever it might be, or if you happen to have a lighter weight, which is what I use, I will grab this here. And I don't want to be swinging this to give myself momentum to come back up, but what I do want to do is just hold this here at a steady constant and use it to make my first couple reps a little bit more difficult. So I will usually shoot for about 25 to 30 reps of this. For maybe my first 5 or 10, I'll use the weight, and then I'll set it down and knock out the last few. And that is the day 1 split for our upper body and abs. I'm gonna put up a card here that's gonna show everything. Feel free to screenshot this, you can save it for later, but we're gonna repeat all these exercises 3 times. So we're gonna be going through our curls. I want you to do those on each side. If you wanna throw in a fitness band at the end, go ahead and do that. Move into your push-ups. We wanna be shooting for 20 to 50 reps, I should say. So just do as many as you can before you get tired. If that's 10, that's fine, you'll build that up. If it's 20, fantastic. If it's 30 plus, you're an absolute stud. So just keep doing those. And what I like to do is throw in 1 set. So of our 3 sets that we're doing, 1 of those sets will be turned out to the side, right? So 2 of them could be your regular push-ups, and then the 3rd one, you might wanna move that over. And then of course, we're gonna move into our triceps on the chair, and then we'll move into our abs. And once we get that done, we're gonna move right into the next exercise. So this really will scale and move right into the next set there. This really scales because as you get better at this, you're just going to reduce the rest time. Now for our legs, what we're gonna use is that same 30-pound dumbbell. We're just gonna do some dumbbell squats. We're just gonna grab this here. We're gonna get about a shoulder width stance here. Just gonna hold this nice and tight and go nice and deep. all the way down, just like this. So I like to do 10 to 12 reps of those, and then what you can do is set that weight down and do say another 10 just body weight. And those quads as well as your glutes are gonna be absolutely screaming. Now the next exercise is gonna be a dumbbell deadlift. Now if you have 2 dumbbells, it does make this a little bit easier. You can do this with 1, it's not a problem. But all we're gonna do is once again get about a shoulder width stance here, and you can just put both hands on the dumbbell just like this. And we're just going to bend over. We're gonna really focus on it just as if you had a barbell here. We're going to focus on this going just past our knees. I'll show you here from the side. Just past our knees here, right? We wanna keep this nice and close. The butt is going to actually go back. We're gonna kind of sit back into this, keep the back nice and straight here, and come right back up. And this is not gonna be too difficult with a lighter weight like this, but you're really gonna focus on squeezing that glute and squeezing that thigh as well. On the contraction on the way up. And so we'll want to shoot for about 10 to 12 of those deadlifts as well. And if you happen to have 2 dumbbells, you can do the same thing. You'll just hold 1 dumbbell in each hand, and each dumbbell will go just past the knee, and you can do it with both dumbbells. Now for calves. Now these are a great one because these can be worked out super easy at home, the same as it would be at a gym. If you have a staircase, a stair anywhere in your house, this makes it really easy. I'm just gonna be using this dumbbell. Let's say you don't have any steps. It's just, you're in Oklahoma, it's completely flat. There's not a step inside or a tree or anything. All you have is dust and tumbleweeds. But if you have your dumbbell, we can still get this done. So just set your dumbbell about this far away from the wall. I've got it about 2 inches away from the wall here, and we can just step on this right here. Boom, just like this. And what we wanna do is really focus on this bottom half to where it comes to level again. So from here to here is really where most of the muscle gets built, not all the way up here. So really focus on making sure it gets nice and deep, just like this. And I like to shoot for 10 to 12 reps here before switching off to the other side, just like this. And once again, if you have a stair, this is gonna be even easier for you. And I like to have this weight just a little bit away from the wall. That way I can actually put my hands against the wall. It gives me just a little bit more stability here. And this is a great way to get an insane calf burn going on. If you wanna make this even harder, what you can do is if you have, say, a 10-pound dumbbell or whatever you might have, you can grab a little bit of weight. And what we'll wanna do is whichever leg we're using, so if I'm using this leg, I wanna offset the weight in this hand here. And so I can stand on this and actually add a little bit of weight into this workout as well. So that's a great way to really progress. You can start doing just body weight, and then of course you can easily start adding some other weights as well to make it a little bit more difficult. So once again, I'll put up a card here showing the leg workout for day 2, so hitting legs as well as abs again. Go ahead and screenshot that, save it for later. Now, a lot of folks will grab this workout. It's very simple to scale. We can just add more reps, and some folks will add more sets. Now, in my experience, if you are adding more than about 3 sets, which is kind of the sweet spot, you're usually better off adding more reps in and just still keeping it at those 3 sets. Usually that surplus of energy, if you can do more than 3 sets, will be better spent with more reps or even heavier weight if you have that. And I try to do this workout every day. It's very simple. It doesn't take that long to do at home. And as you can see, you can do it at home with things that you have in your home. You really just need a dumbbell to get started with this. And if you have a second dumbbell or fitness bands, you can really take it to the next level. Now, I think like everyone, life is gonna get in the way. So I shoot for doing this every day. I probably actually get it done about 5 days a week, right? If I'm just traveling or something's happening over the weekend, or if I have weekend plans, going to visit family, sometimes I may not get it in. So I usually average about getting this done 5 days a week, which is perfect. So that's what I would shoot for. Try to do it every day. If life gets in the way and you need to take the weekend off, that is not a problem at all. We're gonna want a few days of rest in there to recover. So this is something anybody can do from home. If you feel like you're having trouble gaining weight, keeping weight on, try these exercises, especially if you're not able to make it to the gym. This is a great way to get a workout in at home, combined with inhaling food like a jet engine. I guarantee you're gonna see some results if you stay consistent with it. So don't lose hope. It took me a while, a couple of years of training, but I really saw results after about 6 months of eating like is a racehorse a term? But definitely peed like a racehorse, but eating like a racehorse, why not? And working out very consistently. And the thing is, you don't have to work out for hours and hours. If you put in a good 15, 20 minutes of a workout like this, you're really gonna get those muscles to burn. We're going for hypertrophy. And so I really noticed, especially on the biceps, it doesn't take a whole lot of curls. 15 to 20 curls for those are really starting to burn. So if you push out those last 5 reps past that and push it out to 25, 30 reps, those are gonna be screaming. And then if you grab a fitness band after that, your biceps triceps are going to just absolutely pop. And we want to take that mentality to all the workouts. We want to do the same thing for our triceps when we're pushing off of the chair there, right? Those last few reps are where the muscle really gets made. So once that really starts to hurt, that's when we need to start really putting in the work, get those last couple of reps in, that's really gonna get that burn going. That's what it should be feeling like. So I hope this helps you guys. This is what worked for me. If you like seeing content like this, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
You're unbreakable.